One of the things that people often think of in the fall is the golden years in life and even the final years in life, especially when we see leaves turn color. Even though we love so much the way it looks, there's a knowledge that they will fall and the trees will become bare, and it resembles death to us. Friends, this has been one of the hardest years of my life that I'm finishing now. We experienced the death of several close family members. Another one had serious illness, just problem after problem, major things. And I trust by God's grace that's going to be gone soon. But I did have a chance to learn many things from this difficult time. One of them was about how we handle grief and suffering. And I know the Bible has told us that when believers die and they go to heaven, our grief is a little different. One of the things I faced this year was my mother passed away, and I was there when she died. I watched her go. I prayed with her. I read scripture over her as she was dying, and it was so hard. She was alone with my daughter and I in her bed, and what I learned from that, people at the funeral were sad. We were also hopeful. We sang, we remembered her life, the fun things that she did, and we laughed. We sang, when we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing it will be. And that helped so much. So even though for months afterwards I was crying almost every day, it was not easy, but I had that knowledge that she was happy, and I kept thinking of that, and it was really so helpful for me, friends. And a month after my mother passed away, I had such a contrasting experience. Another close family member died who did not know the Lord, had all of his life basically refused to let God in. And it had been very sad during his life, but after he died, to try to compare the two experiences are very difficult, because that family member had a funeral with no joy in it. People were crying. There was intense sadness because they were not believers and they didn't have the assurance that their loved one was in heaven. So those of you friends that have lost loved ones this year, I encourage you to take joy in the fact that if they're with the Lord, if you don't know what happened to them, that can be really hard. We trust always that God is gracious, and we're not sure what happened just before someone dies. Just as with this other family member, I'm hoping and praying that at the last minute he did open his heart to the Lord and accept that free offer of salvation that is always there as long as we live.